Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Good morning, everyone. Yes, that's that is something different that is going on today. We're doing this in the morning. Not very typical of JAYBONE, is it? No, but it's a sign that things are changing in the podcast because most of my shows that I'm going to do now are going to be done during the day. I'm still going to be doing TNI at night when I can, but there are changes being made to the household that I can't do a lot of nighttime podcasting anymore. But you're still going to get plenty of content from good old JAYBONE. Don't worry about that. So, a lot of stuff going on. Not going to get into all the details of everything, but had a very busy but good weekend. Hope you all did as well. And because of the stuff that happened this weekend is why there's so many changes happening as far as times and when I'm going to be able to do things. Like I couldn't do anything this past weekend. I couldn't join my regular TNI crew and do the simulcast, but I'm here now Monday morning. I've actually been up for several hours already, but I had to watch this. I didn't have time to watch it during the weekend. I heard a couple spoilers. I heard a couple things like, Jazz losing, but beyond that, I really didn't hear much. So I was able to avoid a lot of spoilers. So, and we're going to go into just a couple other things and we're going to dive headfirst right into Hardcore Justice 2021. So, along with changes to the time slots that I'm going to be doing stuff as far as going live, I've decided to, because there are changes and when you want like updates for just Smash This Podcast stuff, because some people are on Facebook, some people are on Twitter, but I noticed one thing that was missing as far as socials that I've noticed has picked up because I've been participating in another one from Total Nonstop Impact, and that's a Discord. So, if you look in the description of the video for the first time ever, there is a brand new Smash This Podcast Discord. Now, I'm not on socials as much as I'd like to, but I can guarantee you one thing that I'm going to do my best to try to keep the Discord as toxic free as possible. So, and but that's up to you guys. I try to keep a friendly discussion. But I put little rooms in there for everything and anything you want to discuss in the world of wrestling, different brands, different things. You want to discuss music, all sorts of things. It's in there. You want a different chat room suggestion, by all means, hit me up. I'll make it. So it's for me, but it's also very much for you guys to discuss stuff along with me. What's going on in the world of professional wrestling and or other stuff, in life. Just no politics, please. That's all I ask. Buckshot Kids in here. Mark's in here. What is up? Hope you had a great vacation. Saw some of your pictures online. Tremendous. So yeah, jump into Discord. Mark actually got a quick invite. He was the first one in there. But yeah, so, and I'll send out a link on the socials later today and or tomorrow, depending on time availability. But so for you guys here now, the Discord is live. You got the invite right there. Jump in, take advantage of it, discuss stuff with each others, and not have to worry about somebody jumping down your throat from some other social media, you know? So, oh, and one other quick thing I want to let you guys know, starting today through Friday, 15% off in the store. That's in the description through the Smash This Podcast merch site. 15% off today through Friday. So, guys, take advantage of that. Get yourself some new merch. There's hats, tees, sweatshirts, tank tops, buttons. No fanny packs yet. I'm hoping they come in soon. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. This is all still new to me using these guys. But I've noticed that they do have fanny packs, but they're out of stock right now. So, hit up Spreadshirt, tell them, hey, get those fanny packs in. We want to order some Smash This Podcast fanny packs. All right. So, all right. So we're going to dive into this now. This is for Hardcore Justice. Wrong page here. Had lots of notes here. Hardcore Justice 2021 on the Impact Plus app. I gotta say, the other day it seemed like there was some stuff going on with troubles, people trying to get into Impact Plus and stuff. Well, I could say that I didn't have any problems trying to watch this. It seems like it's cleared up a little bit, but they do need to make a stronger, live format for this, So I don't know if anybody had any problems watching it live when it was on Saturday, but watching the replay early this morning, I didn't have any problems. So hopefully this is a sign that they've, fixed some glitches or whatever, it just needs to be a stronger website overall, I think, but it is what it is for now. So, hey, Jesse Cole's in here. What is up? Yeah, come on in, sound off from wherever you're watching from. All right. So, and we did have some nice surprises in this Impact Plus special. That was cool. Well, we'll get into everything. So, we found out what the teams were. Actually, most of this I found out live while watching because I was able to stay off of social media for the most part. So we got Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus TJP, who picked Fallah Bahh. Like, we kind of knew Ace Austin was going to pick Fulton because they have specifically said we are a tag team. They have said that. Josh Alexander bringing in X Division. I'll just say Canadian royalty, if you will. Mr. Petey Williams. Crazy to see Petey Williams back in an Impact Wrestling ring. And is this a sign? Is this a sign that we've got a full-blown Team Canada back in Impact Wrestling? We're going to have to wait and see. But, and I don't know how long Petey's sticking around. We haven't seen him in a long time. We really don't know. I haven't heard anything. So if you've heard anything, hit JAYBONE up. Let me know in the chat what you've heard, what you think is happening with Petey. And do you want to see Petey stick around with Josh, or are you not into them bringing back, um, the former X Division champion, if you will? So, Mark, Mark in the chat says Petey's a legend, but before that he says, I hate Fulton's gear so much. I literally was enraged. He must um, had some bad snacks while while watching. Are you sure it was Fulton's gear? It wasn't something you ate? And he says, Josh should be solo, but I hope we still see Petey. Okay, I gotcha. So you want to see more of a solo star out of Josh as opposed to the tag team of Team Canada. All right. So, but yeah, let me see the opinions, whether you're watching it live or on the replay. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. I tell you, there's been a lot of discussion lately about Impact Wrestling's tag division. I know this match was more centered around the X Division rivalries leading into what is coming up in a couple weeks, Rebellion, right? For the X Division Championship that Ace is going to be defending. But I tell you, this match between the three tag teams was so good, in my opinion. It really made me feel a little better about the tag division situation in this company. You got Ace and Fulton, TJP and Fallah, Josh Alexander and Petey Williams. I'm really, me personally, I really hope they stay a tag team. I mean, I want to see, trust me, I like Mark, want to see Josh have a great X Division solo run. He deserves that. One half of the longest reigning Impact Wrestling tag team champions of all time. That's pretty incredible right there, that he had that run. But now his former partner, Ethan Page, is gone. So it's time for him to shine now. And maybe Petey will come in and be more of maybe a mentor figure. Not necessarily a manager, but stick around to some degree, but have more focus on Josh. We'll have to wait and see how things portray themselves over the next few weeks leading into Rebellion. So, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Loved this tag match. Oh, I'm getting the notifications now. It's crazy. All right. Yes, I will watch Being the Elite later. All right. So Josh Alexander and Petey Williams come out with a win here. Josh having that advantage going into Rebellion, getting in the head of all of his opponents coming up in the next few weeks. So is Petey going to stick around and give him help with that push? Or is Josh going to be on his own to fly his own Canadian flag and sing the anthem and all that stuff? Actually, I think Scott should come out with Josh D'Amore and sing the flag. And something else just popped in my head. I was like, okay, if we're doing a Team Canada thing, what if Josh started coming out with Kenny Omega and Don Callis? That'd be crazy, eh? I don't know. Yeah, that's right, Mark. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. If you're on Twitch. You can share bits, you can sub, you can gift subs, you can do all those lovely things to help the brand grow. We are now going into our next match, the Charlie Legal. That's right, folks. They're just making up all sorts of new hardcore match terminology words, these crazy things here. We got all sorts of nutty things happening. Charlie Legal. We've got the Lion, the young Lion Shera versus Hernandez. Hernandez is back, and these two big guys just what did I hear somebody say recently? Said, "Oh, just two big guys slapping meat or something." It sounded horrible. It sounded great for about a hot second, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I want to say that." But now it's out there. I can't take it back. I just can't rewind. Shera versus Hernandez. I really like this, and it was not overly done with the use of the chairs. Yeah, Mark says here, this ending had me twisted, not gonna lie. What the fuck, Rohit doing out there, bro? Yeah, we get the interference at the end from Rohit Raju helping out the Lion, Shera. I don't understand. We all thought that they were done and that bond was broken. And now Rohit is out there helping him, and Shera's, responding in kind, like, "Oh, okay." But now, how is this going to go forward? Is Rohit going to look at Shera and say, "You were about to lose. You need me in your corner. You can't do this without me"? Or is it going to be a 50-50 duel thing where they're like equal partners in this, in a tag team or something? But I was really enjoying, and I love Rohit. I love the fact that this last year he's really stepped up his game. But I've said this before. This is all building Shera. I really feel like they're starting to just do this slow storyline build of Shera. It's a little confusing, like, okay, what's going on with Rohit? But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what happens next. It's going to be very interesting what road they go down as far as Rohit supporting him. Is he going to guilt trip him into, "You need me," or "You can't do this without me"? We'll have to wait and see. But Shera comes out with a big win here after Rohit, that chair shot to the head of Hernandez. My God, that was vicious. Out cold with that one. We get now we head over to Swingers Palace, and Storm and Sabin are just several drinks into having a blast here at the Palace. They don't want to leave. To quote Sabin, they love this place. And then in walks Triple XL, and Storm challenges them to a drinking match where it's just, basically what sounds like is who can drink who under the table first. And then it just gets insane later, and we'll get into that. Oh, then we also get, Swingers cracking jokes, and Matt Cardona comes in, and Dreamer pops out of nowhere and makes a Crate American Bash match. Crate, as in mystery crate. So like a mystery crate match. But I love the fact that he said, Crate American Bash. It's just all these goofy little, you know, nostalgic, nostalgic things coming out. It's just funny. Doc Gallows versus Black Taurus. Another match, two guys just clobbering the crap out of each other. Was a little surprised that Crazy Steve didn't help Taurus out more like Karl did for Doc. But, Doc Gallows getting the win here, going into Rebellion strong with a win. That's important because they've got to keep that mindset going into Rebellion because they're trying to get those belts back from Finjuice. So, but this was a lot of fun. This was actually a match that I was wanting to see before they booked it. So this was great. This wasn't, by any means like match of the night or anything, or of the morning, I should say, considering I watched it this morning. But I still wanted to see these two big guys going at it. A lot of fun. All right, next we've got promo time from Eric Young, from Violent by Design, talking about the headlining match coming up later. Then we get the mystery crate match, the Crate American Bash. Johnny Swinger versus Matt Cardona. This was just a lot of fun. A lot of comedy, some decent old school wrestling, which is what you're going to get with Johnny Swinger. He's a great heel, but he's comedic, always playing to the swingerellas, the swingettes. I don't know. What do they call them? Is it swingerellas? He's always, flexing the muscles for the girls. Hey, Styles is in here. Good morning, brother. So yeah, just a lot of fun. Not too much to say about this one. Matt Cardona looked great, gets the win here, and actually leaves with one of the crates, but doesn't reveal what's in it. He just looks at it, cracks it open, and he says, "Oh yeah, I'm keeping this one," and leaves the ring with the crate. One funny note here to talk about Swinger reaching in one of them, and there was a giant rat trap wrapped around his hand. Geez, just you never know what you're going to get in the mystery crate. Well, he unfortunately got more than he could handle. But Buckshot Kid says, I hated the finish of this match. Myers should have interfered and caused Cardona the match. That certainly could have been another way around this, but we saw a little bit of that later, only it was the other way around. We'll get into that. Mark says, hilarious and brilliant bridge building to the feud. Loved that he took the crate. Yeah, so we find out later why, which is actually really funny. We get a flashback of RVD versus Sabu, Hardcore Justice 2010 from 11 years ago. Crazy. Good stuff. I just reviewed that one not too long ago. You can check that out. It's in one of my the Smash This Podcast throwback playlist, because I've been doing about one a month, one or two a month, depending on my time. Figure I'm due for another one soon, but I don't know what I'm going to review. We'll have to wait and see. Any suggestions out there, hit me up and let me know. drop them in the chat or drop them in that new Discord. The link is in the description. I'll be monitoring that day by day. Flashback, and what's next? Okay, more chaos from Swinger's Palace. Then we get a promo from Callihan, giving an open challenge during Hardcore Justice. So, who is going to answer the call for Sami Callihan's open challenge here? None other than Sam Beale. It's been a while since we've seen Sam Beale because he's been involved in this whole storyline feud, or not really a feud anymore. It's more of Sami Callihan trying to mold and mentor Trey Miguel. So Sam Beale comes out. This one's, I don't know. I guess you can call this a squash match. This one lasted almost 5 minutes. It was about four and change, I guess. Pretty much a squash match. Sam really just gets slowly put out of his misery here. So Sami Callihan beats him with the package pile driver. Good to see Sam Beale again. I don't know. Are they going to keep him around? Are they going to slowly build him? He certainly is new. They said he's only been around for a few years, but I mean, for the little he did on offense, you got to be able to, take a bump, and get your licks in. This is earning, you're earning the respect when you can do a match like this. It's all in that psychology of the wrestling business. All right. Next, we got a hardcore blindfold match. A little more comedy in this one, but this one was a lot of fun. We had Brian Myers versus Jake something. These two have had an interesting journey. Brian Myers slowly working his way up with all these wins. And now he's dealing with an old friend, Matt Cardona. But now Jake something gets caught in the mix here. And I got to say, I loved what they did with the surrounding areas around the ring. They really kind of wrapped the entrance all the way around. And it was especially noticeable during the Jake something entrance where you had the rain, what looked like electric rain coming down. And you saw that on all, was that called the teardrop effect, whatever, around the whole, stage, and then going around the ring. It looked really slick. I loved it. Hope they keep that. It's a great effect. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. So they're both blindfolded. They got the bags over their heads, and they're trying to, they're blind and they're feeling for each other. They're trying not to make too much noise so they could sneak up on the opponent. And they grabbed the ref. All this kind of crazy drama. So yeah, it's a little comical watching them do that, and then it gets violent. They get to the outside of the ring. They grab some. They find, the steel, whatever, trash can lid, all the weapons strewn around ringside on the floor. It's pure luck is what this match is. Whoever finds what first and can use it successfully, and then, end it with a 1, 2, 3. Now, Matt Cardona comes down with the mystery crate that he took home, but he didn't really take it all the way home. So, that he took away from his match with Swinger and because of, shenanigans and trying to, take a peek or, see what your opponent is doing, Brian Myers started doing that, was able to beat down Jake when it looked like he was just about had enough and was about to beat him. Matt Cardona shows up with the mystery crate, was able to slide it to Jake something while distracting Brian Myers. Jake something hits him with the crate and with the black hole slam and gets a win here. I'm going to call this an upset, especially when you're dealing with a veteran like Brian Myers. But Jake gets a big win here. I'm not sure where Jake goes from here. Obviously, this is still, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers are on track to face each other at Rebellion. We know that's coming in a couple weeks. And yeah, this was big for Jake, but what's next for him? We'll have to wait and see. Great win, though, for him. Happy for him. He needed that. Especially now that he's, not dealing with violent by design anymore. Or is he? Now we get a promo here from Team Tommy Dreamer, flanked with Eddie Edwards, Mac, and a fired up Rich Swann. So fired up. And man, I have not seen this kind of charisma out of him before. I mean, he could be very charismatic. He could be goofy. He could do pretty much whatever. But Rich Swann looked like $1 million here, just fired up, and they just let him go. They just let him go, talk his talk, and the job is to get everyone watching fired up for this as well. Because this really did kind of come out of nowhere. And I've seen a few opinions out there that were not very excited for this match because of who Tommy Dreamer's secret weapons or his secret, his secret team reveal was. A lot of people wanted Sabin, Storm, and maybe a surprise from Chris Harris getting back in the ring. We didn't get that. That upset some people, especially with what happened on the last few episodes. So, and we even had James Storm saying at one point when he was in Swingers Palace with Sabin, like, man, I wish we were part of Team Dreamer. It's interesting. I don't know if there's going to be any follow-up to that or what, but so we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, I was excited for Team Dreamer versus VBD after watching this. Swann came through 110% on this promo. Great stuff. Number 1 contenders match for the Knockouts title weapons match featuring Rosemary, Tenille Dashwood, Jordynne Grace, Alisha Edwards, Havok, and Susan, who is then taken out by a returning Su Yung. Great how this happened. There was all the fog and smoke on the stage, the lights going, the entrance music blaring from Su Yung, and she gave, it was kind of hard to tell, but you could tell she gave her the mandible claw and then just put her down to the ground and took her out. And if you noticed briefly, if you blinked and missed it, they showed referees helping Susan to the back. Because here I'm thinking, Susan's just taken out by Su Yung, and then maybe disappearing. No, they actually show her being helped to the back, as in she is still a separate entity. I don't want to overthink this, but that's kind of bizarre. So Mark Mark really wanted to see Susan in this match. It would have been a lot of fun, but the return of Su Yung was pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. She looked amazing in this match. She really did. Like a whole new white dress that was just stained with like a fluorescent hot pink, almost looking like blood drips on it. It was sick. I really dug it. And I mean, when Su Yung is on, Su Yung is on, and she is. I think she has become my new favorite current knockout. I really, I really feel like she's my favorite because I had another favorite, but she went off to find greener pastures somewhere else. So now Su Yung is back to wreak havoc. So but this was a lot of fun. Everybody got their stuff in here. Weapons match, and there was so much to digest in this one. Let's see, I took a few notes here. Trash cans were used. Um, a stapler was used. Alisha actually stapled what looked to be Tenille Dashwood's butt. I was going to say rear end, but we'll just say it. She stapled her butt. Now, the one upsetting thing about this is I didn't notice Tenille Dashwood do a lot. She did the perfect heel. Okay, I'm going to stand over here, not take a lot of the stuff, and then she swoops in at the end for the win. But the action in this match was a lot of good. What else did we get? We got Alisha Edwards finding Kendra. They named it Kendra, the kendo stick, as opposed to Kenny, which was funny. Rosemary brought in thousands of tacks. Nevaeh came in and distracted Havok, who was about to put, was it Jordynne Grace? I forgot who she was about to take out. But Nevaeh Fuji dusted. See, this was hilarious to me because I was like, "Oh, she got the Fuji dust from Swinger." Um, she dusted Havok. Havok was down. Tenille Dashwood was about to get pinned by, was it Jordynne Grace? And then Tenille swooped in and got the win by barely doing what I felt was anything. But that's the big, that's what big heels do. They swoop in out of nowhere and it's like, oh God. I've seen that plenty of times in this company and others. Yeah, Mark says Rosemary selling Sue's return with joy was my favorite part of this match. Yeah, that was weird. They were like, they were excited to see her because of what it could mean for the future. But then, obviously Su Yung just turning on everybody and just wreaking, here's that word again, havoc. Mark says going with Tenille here may be unpopular, but it makes a lot of sense. They have Rebellion coming up and expecting a lot of new eyes. So put your most well-known people out there. I get it. Yeah, it's like a business pick. I guess I get it. And I will say she has shown a lot of improvement over the last year, in my opinion. So, Hakeem's in the chat. What is up? Welcome. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Everybody got their stuff in. Tenille Dashwood swoops in at the end with the win. Swingers Palace segment back again. Swingers Palace is all over this. That's just crazy. Now they're playing a really horrible version of beer pong. Sabin with the Bobby Roode Easter egg here. Did you guys catch it? He called the box or collection, if you will, of beer pongs, the balls, glorious. Is that a sign that maybe someone's returning down the road? That maybe they're putting the feelers out because they've heard about somebody's contract ending. I have not heard anything, but there have been a few beer money references. We saw that on the 1000th match anniversary episode of James Storm. Now we heard the glorious mention. Do you want to see Bobby Roode return to Impact Wrestling? Let me tell you, I'd love to see it. It would really jack things up in the company, in my opinion, in my professional podcasting opinion. But this was just craziness. They were drunk. They were playing beer pong. And of course, Beer Guns wins. But not really, They just trashed Swingers Palace. Is this going to be the end for Swingers Palace, or is Johnny Swinger going to get the Swingerellas to chip in and fix everything? We'll have to wait and see on the next episode of Impact Wrestling. But yeah, Larry D goes through a table, just trashing the place. Oh my God, just crazy. Knockouts title match versus career. Deonna Purrazzo versus Jazz. Deonna Purrazzo, of course, defending her Impact Wrestling Knockouts title against Jazz, who put her career on the line. Tommy Dreamer tried to talk her out of it. And me personally, I really wanted Jazz to win this one. I did not want to see her go away, especially knowing if she was going to say goodbye and end her career in the ring of Impact Wrestling, that it wasn't in front of fans. That was the really kind of sad thing about Jazz doing this here. I'd say about 75% of this match was Deonna Purrazzo just beating the hell out of Jazz. She really did. Just putting on a clinic. Working on that arm constantly, getting it ready. But then ending it with the Queen's Gambit. So she didn't tap her out like we thought maybe she would when she was working on that arm throughout the entire match. Great match, though. Great match. So just want to say thank you, Jazz, for doing what you do, giving back to the fans, and having that last run in Impact Wrestling. It was really special for us that love this brand, so much and appreciate what you bring uh, to the world of women's wrestling. Um, so, I mean, I'm assuming she is done. Like I say, you never assume. It could have been one of those things where loser leaves town. Then maybe we could see Jazz go somewhere else the rest of the year, like maybe help out in AEW or maybe go back to the NWA. But I haven't heard anything online as far as what could be next for Jazz. I don't know anything. I haven't researched anything. I watched this fresh this morning, but I did hear that she did lose. So that was the only thing I heard over the course of the weekend. Um, but yeah, uh, but tremendous match, folks. If you haven't watched this one, at least watch this one. This was one of the better matches of the evening um, for Hardcore Justice 2021. Jazz with her career on the line versus Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo winning successfully, defending successfully, which means at Rebellion in just a few short weeks, uh, Deonna Purrazzo will defend against Tenille Dashwood. Very interesting. Um, Almost puts Deonna Purrazzo in a babyface position against Tenille Dashwood, in my opinion. Don't want to overthink this, thinking, okay, this one's got to be the heel, this one's got to be. No, just kind of feels like that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Jordynne Grace comes out to scoop Jazz up and pick her up and just kind of be there for her because this is a very emotional moment for Jazz. Like I said, I really wish this could have been in front of fans, and then you really get that emotional feeling, that response from the fans. But you can see it online. You can see it in what people type on Twitter and Facebook and whatever, or Instagram or whatever. But it's not the same. It's not the same. But I've seen nothing but love out there for Jazz, and the same is coming from me, JAYBONE, here on Smash This Podcast. Thank you, Jazz, for all you've done, especially this last 6 months with Impact Wrestling. It's been a blast watching you. You've brought so much in such a short period of time to this great division of ours. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, obviously, we've got another legendary knockouts woman coming back. Taylor Wilde's coming soon. Who knows? Maybe as early as this Thursday. We'll have to wait and see. Coming soon. Then we get the main event, Hardcore War. Basically felt like a War Games match without the War Games setting. You know, you start out with two, and then each one from each team comes out one by one, and then the match really starts. You can't end it before every member is out there, and it ends in pinfall or submission. So earlier, we saw Tommy Dreamer beating down Dr. Ross. Thank God for Dr. Ross. Out there examining Tommy Dreamer, telling Coach Scott D'Amore that Tommy is out of the match, cannot participate. But it is absolutely time for the match. Got to get out there, got to do your thing. They can't wait anymore. So right now, it's looking like the odds are really with Violent by Design because it's 4-3. Not good odds, especially in this kind of match. I'm just reading the comments. Styles are cracking me up. Buckshot Kid says, is Deonna the new legend killer? Ooh, it's quite the term there. Quite the term there, Buckshot Kid. I don't know. I don't know. She's knocking them out one by one lately, isn't she? We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if I'd call Tenille Dashwood a legend, though. She's done some fun stuff. She's had an interesting and fun career to watch, but I don't know if I'd call her a legend. Maybe if she beats Taylor Wilde, then you really say she's a legend killer. You know, who knows? Um, so Hardcore War, Dreamers attack, Dreamers out. Out comes Cody and Eddie Edwards to start it out. Then Rhino comes out. Oh my God. This Rhino looking fresh, rejuvenated, just sick. Some new gear, looking like the classic Rhino gear with the spider web and Rhino on it, but new colors with the yellow, and it actually said Violent by Design on his hip, on his gear. Looked crazy. I loved it. This fresh look of Rhino, this old ECW esque style Rhino. Oh my God. This is one scary version of Rhino. Then out comes the Chocolate Thunder, if you will. The Mac is back, followed by Joe Doring. Oh my God. Joe Doring hits the ring and looks in the camera, snarls, and says, "Oh yeah." I love Joe Doring, man. He can just do no wrong. He's such a beast. Then out comes Swan. Then out comes EY. And just when you think it's done, the countdown continues. What's supposed to be Dreamer's spot. Oh, is it going to be Dreamer? Is he going to come out at the end? No, it's not Dreamer. We get a fresh Trey Miguel out there to round out, so it's even for both teams, for Team Dreamer. 4-on-4, Hardcore War has officially started, and just all the weapons being used, the table spots, all that stuff. Hopefully, no one got injured in this, because that dive that Trey did towards the end, putting Eddie and, was it Joe? I think it was Joe through the table, looked wicked. He was really holding his leg at the end there, and I don't think he got up the rest of the match. But Team Violent by Design comes out with a pretty interesting and scary win. Puts them in an interesting spot, pinning Mac, but still Rich Swann taking a loss just weeks before Rebellion. Now, I'm not going to be that kind of guy that says, oh, well, then who are they going to pick from Violent by Design to throw in the Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann match because that team lost? No, I'm not going that far. Unless Swann was pinned for the Violent by Design win. Then you could throw that theory in there. But I'm not going to do that here. But still, Swann on the team that lost is interesting going into Rebellion in a few weeks. And what does this mean for Violent by Design going into Rebellion? I mean, they've got a very strong mindset in all this going into a huge pay-per-view in a couple weeks. They're standing strong. They're looking unstoppable. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Violent by Design is absolutely the most dangerous force in Impact Wrestling right now. You got 4 old school. Yeah, I'm gonna put Cody in that old school. He's been around for a decent amount of time because he was in Impact over 10 years ago. So he's had a long storied career in and out of this company, but still, this new Cody Deaner is just looking sick, especially the way he's reacting to what Eric Young is saying in the promos. The way everybody's just honing in and hanging on every word of Eric Young. It's pretty amazing if you ask me. Mark says I'm liking this Rhino so far. Yeah. J Rock Freak, what's up? Says this was a big win for VBD. Yes, absolutely. Buckshot Kid says, did Trey Miguel really get hurt at the end of the match? He was grabbing his right leg. Yeah, that crash through the table and how he landed looked really. We'd have to like slow it down and see exactly if something clipped his leg on the way down. It happened so fast, it was hard to tell. But yeah, he was holding his shin on his one leg and reacting like he really hurt himself after that crash. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I haven't looked at anybody's timeline to see if anybody's nursing anything or anything. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But that's the risk you take when you do those kind of moves, table spots, any kind of thing like that. You are at risk because you don't know how stuff is going to go until you do the move or spot or whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. I didn't have a lot of how do you say? I didn't have a lot of. I wasn't that excited for this one, but I knew it was going to be fun. Dreamer having the control over everything and just making up stuff as we went along. I mean, a lot of this stuff was made up within the last week as far as putting the matches together. And as Impact Wrestling fans, a lot of these Impact Plus specials are made up a week or two card wise right before the event. So I think we've come to get used to that. Some of these deserve a longer build, but for some of these, you don't need a ton of build. You throw people in a match, you give them a stipulation, and just kind of watch the chaos happen. You don't need a lot of build for something like that, So it's more just, hey, let's just watch it play out and enjoy it. And I felt like this show brought enough surprises and fun to it that this really was enjoyable. I'm not going to say it was card of the year or event of the year so far, but it was just enough to, whet your your appetite for what's coming up in a few weeks. So yeah, they call it high risk for a reason. That's right. Oh, Mark says, one criticism. And he continues, what's with the damn full length flashback? I'm already watching this on the app. Yeah, like I said, I just reviewed that not too long ago. So you should be watching those. But it just ties into the I mean, they didn't show the whole thing, but they showed enough of it. Sabu versus RVD. And maybe that was just a nod towards RVD because he just went in WWE's Hall of Fame. It was a big week for him. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. So, but whatever. So, yeah, watch for more stuff coming from Smash This Podcast later this week. Like I said, the times have changed, but I'm still putting out content. Not so much at night anymore because of what's going on and around the house now. But I'll still be on when I can for TNI. Now, tomorrow's throwback, I'm probably going to miss. But I'll be there in spirit, and I'll be on Thursday for the regular Impact Wrestling review. So Mark says I am much more available in the day, so let me know if you ever want me to sit in. Awesome. I'll hit you up sometime soon. That'd be great. I appreciate it. So, little Team T and I mixed in there. Awesome. And just a reminder for those that came in late, there is a brand new Discord in the description of the video. A Smash This Podcast brand new Discord with all sorts of chat rooms in it. Come on in. And it's I'm going to try to, keep it a nice argument free zone. Share your opinions and just, so it's not toxic like Twitter or whatever. Seen so much of the toxicity out there. It's just horrible. That's one thing I like about the smaller Discords. You just, bring up stuff and share ideas. So that's what that's for. So go check out the brand new Discord, join and chat me up. You can ask questions, and sometimes I'll be dropping updates and surprises in there as well. So that's a bonus to be part of the Discord. And there's a sale going on in the merch site in the description from Spreadshirt. 15% off starting today through Friday. So pick yourself up some merch for April. If it's getting warmer in places wherever you are, there's tees, there's tanks, hats, buttons. Or if it's still a little cold wherever you are, there's sweatshirts, hoodies, all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. Mugs for drinking your favorite drinks. Start your day the Smash This Podcast way. So yeah, a lot of changes, but still the same old great Smash This Podcast content coming your way. Mark says, hello from Denmark. That's amazing. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out. Smash that sub button. We are on our way to 1K. We're going to hit it this year, folks. I can feel it. So if you're watching a replay of this, by all means, let me know your comments down below and what you thought of the show. What were your favorite parts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? It's all good. We'll discuss it and jump in that Discord and smash that sub button. Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow for some all elite content. That's right. We're not doing it tonight. We'll do it tomorrow morning. We're going to try catching up with all things all elite wrestling, Dark Elevation. Can't wait to watch that later tonight. Looks like some good matches coming up. I got to check out the card myself. So, hope you're smashing your week and starting it great. We'll see you down the road real soon. Later, folks.